This is a recipe for almond crackers.
It's actually been a long-time favorite recipe, and it's one of the original recipes that was posted on the Charlie Foundation website.
What's unique about this recipe, Dawn, is that it's also a gluten-free cracker. Now, I've tried a lot of gluten-free crackers, and they just don't taste very good, but they're also quite high in carbohydrates, so they don't work well for the ketogenic diet. A 1-inch square of the almond cracker recipe has about 17 calories and is a 3-to-1 ratio.
First thing we need to do is weigh our bowl and tare the scale, make sure it says 0. So we have almond flour and we need 30 grams.
There we go.
Perfect.
And next is our macadamia nuts.
Yep. These are macadamia nuts that we ground in the food processor ourselves.
And are these salted or unsalted?
I like to use the salted and roasted ones. I think they have more flavor.
I do.
They taste a little bit better.
But you can use unsalted. It's a
Hand me
choice.
the bowl there.
Okay.
Again, always make sure you tare your scale. We need 20 grams of macadamia nuts. Perfect.
There we go. Okay, Dawn, I'm going to let you stir as I'm adding the remaining couple of ingredients. So once we get our nuts mixed in a little bit, you can just add the oil.
That was 15 grams of olive oil. Let's just make sure that all the oil is scraped into the bowl.
And the last ingredient are egg whites, and the egg whites are also 15 grams, and they help to bind this mixture together.
There we go. How about a pinch of salt? Okay.
And this is going to firm up, Dawn, as you're mixing it and become more of a dough rather than a batter.
The almond flour will absorb a lot of the liquid that we've added. How's that look?
Looks great.
Want to spread it out?
Okay. We have a pan here that we've lined with foil.
Okay.
And Dawn, we're going to spread this out to be about an 8 by 6 inch square rectangle. And I've got my ruler here, my kitchen ruler, to help guide us with that rough measurement. And it's easier if we use this type of a spatula. These are for sale on the Charlie Foundation website in our keto store, by the way. But it really works well as a spreading tool to get this flattened into our cracker shape.
And this doesn't have to be perfect. You just want it mostly even.
Right.
That's the most important part.
We want it to be about even in the thickness. So while we're doing this, we've got the oven preheating.
We've put it at 325 degrees.
And these don't actually rise at all. They will stay just as flat as this looks now. When I'm all done spreading this out, we're going to score it so that after it bakes, we'll have pre-cut crackers. And I'm going to let Dawn do the scoring with a knife.
Okay, so what are we going for? About 1-inch squares?
I like 1-inch squares, Dawn.
So we're going to use this ruler as a guide here.
And again, you don't have to be exact. You don't even have to score this at all. You could just bake this as it is and then break off the pieces of cracker as you desire. And that's actually an easier way to weigh them.
I think it looks a little nicer. If you score them, they're a little more.
The first few times I made it, I was afraid to score them. I just wanted them to turn out, right. And then I thought, oh, it'll be fun to get some shapes that look uniform, like real crackers. So either way is perfectly fine.
Do you think you could use little mini cookie cutters to stamp shapes?
You can use cookie cutters, so that's fun to do for special events, birthdays, holidays.
Okay.
So these are ready to go in the oven at 325 degrees for about 10 minutes. You're going to want to keep your eyes on these though because they brown very quickly. And we're ready.
They look great.
Yes, they look wonderful. They're nice and golden brown. If you'll take them off and put them in our serving tray, and then we'll sample a piece.
So see how easy they break apart now since they've been scored already?
Now you can spread anything on these. Butter, coconut oil. We're going to put a little bit of pesto on here since we have pesto in one of our other recipe videos. And this is my favorite way to enjoy almond crackers. I will give us a little spread of pesto.
Looks good.
Looks great.
They're delicious.
They're really good.
So how long do you think these will keep? now that we've baked them?
I keep them in an airtight container or a Ziploc bag for up to 3 days, but after that I freeze them.
You could probably make a large batch as well and then store them in the freezer.
Right, I've doubled and tripled this recipe, and it's turned out just the same, and it's great to have them on hand in the freezer when you need them.
Exactly, this is a perfect recipe to have on hand, and it's especially great for traveling.